So, Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness. So you've seen it. You said you like it, but also there's some mixed things. Um, Shoot, go ahead. I've talked about it at length with my friend Shania, but it's your turn. Not if you finally seen it. Because Doctor Strange was in the Illuminati, so the Illuminati has to be in the movie. That's just how it works, bro. I I had no problem with them. They were there to get murdered by Wanda. That's why they were there. And it's Black Bolt. Don't forget Black Bolt. And Maria and and Maria Ram and Maria Rambeau as Captain Marvel. But also, like you're right, I agree 100%. This movie is so disappointing from a writing standpoint, but from a directing standpoint, it was really cool. But here's the thing, Raimi did not write this. I feel like if Raimi wrote this, it would have been way more fun. And here's the thing about this movie. This movie is called Doctor Strange in the multiverse of madness. There was very little multiverse and very little. Well, there was some madness, but there was very little multiverse in this movie about the multiverse of madness. Sure, he went to a couple different universes and he stayed there. Like he went to like at max what 2 universes. There was a scene when they went through different universes, but that doesn't matter. They didn't stay in any of those for any length of time. He was in what 2, 3 universes. This whole movie, the universe he's from, the Illuminati universe, and that universe with the other Doctor Strange. That's about it. I think I also just feel like doing a little Easter egg of Maria Rambo as Captain Marvel and then just immediately murdering her. I hated that because I'd like they could still do like a what if episode of that. I would love to see a what if episode in the the next few seasons where they do like learn more about what's happening with that like Maria Rambo and then bring Captain Marvel. I mean Captain Carter into live action. Immediately murder her as well and bring back like Professor X makes sense because it's like he's probably never gonna play Professor X again outside of cameos. So it's like that one made sense. Um, Black Bolt too. Like I think he should come back as Black Bolt at some point as they bring back the Inhumans. But like, I get that one too. But like, some of them are just like, what was the point of this if you're just gonna like do this? You could have did this with anyone. If anything, they could have had her going through multiple universes, murdering other people other than the Illuminati. That would have been just as surprising. But honestly, it didn't bother me as much as it bothered you. I thought it was cool and it made sense, and I get what they were going for. It was like shocking and surprising, and they want to be like, this group of powerful people immediately gets murdered by Wanda to show how powerful she is. So some of most of those deaths were really cool. Uh, Maria's was lame. She's got crushed by a statue of her friend, which is weird. No, she's dead. It was confirmed. It was confirmed by the writer that she's dead. And you know what he said about how she died? He said that the statue was made out of some special thing that nullified her powers, which is bullshit. They could have come up with a much more interesting way to like kill her. Like I don't know, explode, like overcharge her with energy or something and have her explode. Like you could have done something way more interesting. Those deaths though were surprisingly violent. It caught me completely off guard the first time I watched it. Like you got spoiled because you don't care about spoilers, but it caught me off guard because I avoided spoilers like the plague. Like I did not expect that, especially the Black Bolt one. It completely threw me off. It's it was definitely Raimi. I loved it. That scene. Another reason that scene didn't bother me and I actually enjoyed it, and why I didn't care too much about what they did with the Illuminati because it's an alter universe. Whenever someone gets killed in alter universe, I don't care because there are infinite universes and they can bring any version of the character back whenever they want to. so I didn't care about the this version of Illuminati dying. But like also, it was just Sam Raimi just being as Sam Raimi as he possibly can within the restriction of like, PG-13, and I loved it. It was amazing. Like, but like, yeah, there wasn't a lot of multiversal exploration in this multiverse movie, and I hated that. Like, but you said that you actually liked it as a Doctor Strange movie. Explain that. Yeah, the plot was revolving around America Chavez, who was just a plot device and nothing more. She was not really a character. She, she, she was not a character. Yeah, she was. Here's the thing. A lot of the stupid jokes that they gave Doctor Strange should have just been given to her because I feel like Doctor Strange as a character, at least I don't really Doctor Strange comics a lot, so I can only speak from what I've seen in the MCU. He's a very dry humor type of guy and super sarcastic. So having him actively try to be funny rather than just making an offhanded sarcastic joke, just to be a jerk is I feel like don't do that. They kept having him spout weird one-liners like Illumawadi, like Illuminati isn't a regular word that humans know. That's not a weird thing. That was the dumbest joke I've ever seen written in an MCU movie, and I don't even get upset about the MCU jokes that people always get upset about. They don't bother me. This was the first movie where I really noticed them, and they really made me cringe because I was like, why did he say Illumawadi? That's not a weird word. That is just the Illuminati is a thing that exists here that people theorize about all the time. If anything, he should have just said, I don't know, Illuminati's real or something like that. Like, I don't know. It was stupid. It made no sense. He's literally a wizard. Why is the idea of Illuminati existing weird to him? It made no sense. Literally, Hydra infiltrated Shield. That was basically the Illuminati. It was so weird. Yeah, that's the thing. This movie should not have been. They need to stop trying to shoehorn multiverse into everything because this movie should have been about what was going on between him and Mordo. And also, one thing I liked about this movie is that up until Infinity War, Doctor Strange was a Green Lantern. He was just making energy projections and weapons and shields and fighting with that and going to the mirror dimension. And then in Infinity War is when he started doing more interesting stuff with his magic. And in this movie, they did more of that. Whenever he uses magic, he always summoned some type of otherworldly creature. And I thought that was really cool. And also that music fight was very fun. Yeah, like the magic use in this movie was fun, and very and creative. Like at the very end when he like bring back the like when he was dreamwalking, he bring back the dead Doctor Strange and had like a cape of like those dead dudes. Yeah, that was real cool. Wanda. So, I like the downfall of Wanda. I like it as an idea. I think it was flawed. I also think it kind of threw me off when they kind of just got straight to the point at the beginning. I was like, you could have strung us along a little bit. Like, I know she's the villain, but you could have still strung me along, like, just a little longer. But no, immediately they were like, nope, villain. Nope, she's the villain. Also, I didn't like her costume. I think they should have stuck with the sleeveless look, personally. But also, so some concept art, I'm going to throw it up on screen from Andy Park, showed that they were going to do, so, her original um, like crown in the comics was much bigger. They Andy Park had an idea where he was like the crown as she gets like more evil, the crown grows and turns into more of like the bigger shape that it was when she was first introduced in the comics, and I thought that was a really cool idea and would have been dope. Unfortunately, they didn't do that, but that would have been really cool. It's very often the concept art is so much cooler than what we get on screen sometimes. But yeah, it was an alright movie. Much like Kenobi, it was fun, but it wasn't particularly special. Mostly because Raimi didn't write it. I don't know if it was his choice or if it was Marvel's choice that he didn't write it. But some people were theorizing that maybe he didn't write it because he didn't want to have to watch like 2 movies and a TV show to be able to get the knowledge he needed to write it properly. But like if I'm being honest, if that was the case, I would have like if I was Kevin Feige, I'm like just for the sake of Raimi being able to write it, I would have just told him like what he needs to know, like in a short synopsis that that just is actually gets him to write it. I was just like, this is all you need to know. Boom, write it if you want to, like, because I would have if he wrote this, I feel like this would have been one of the best Marvel movies, but he didn't, and the writing wasn't very good. It was literally the visuals that were fun about this movie more so than the writing. So yeah, that's all I got to say about that. What is that all you got? I'm gonna take that as yes.